Alright, hello everyone, this is going to be a short video. So I don't have much to do left on this. If you can see it, we just have this last panel. I did this. I think that we have to do some shading. The sun is in their faces and it's getting lower. It's getting closer to the end of the day. So let's go back to ink. No, not that one. Like, should I put the sun here? And then if I do that, I can shade everything like the other side of this archway and everything. Today I've actually already done a outline for page 15, so we're almost on 15. If the sun's this far and it's low, then we're going to see like a lot of shadows here. And there's going to be another cave sequence. I just like caves. My idea right now is we want to establish Centaur's sword, so he's going to find sword. And they're going to find a cave and discover something new after overcoming danger. So there's not going to be much to it. Let's see. Does this work as a panel? I think it's getting close to working. So the cave will be somewhere in this area. It says we can camp here. It's just ahead. So they're not actually going to go in at night. Instead, they find this cave, and then they're going to find something in the cave, and that will lead up to the, I don't know, about 5-page sequence at the end of the comic. And that should be it. So wow, this is a very short video. Let's get back to ink for a second. I'm wondering if I should put more waves of heat coming down here. Actually, it does make a nice texture in the sky. And then on top of it, let's get rid of all this other stuff that's floating outside of the panels. I think we did it. How far do you want to go? We don't have to go that far. Back to ink. All right. Less than 5 minutes. Let me set up the next page so we're actually using some of our time a little bit more wisely. Technical pen, blah, 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 and we're good. So I have to refer back to my outline. I think I had like a catchphrase that Centaur uses. I'll have to look it up in my email. But he says something like, this place is as good as any, and it's going to be a cave. And the way I'd envisioned it, I think it's a 3-panel. Three-panel deal. So let's put it, we can do a little bit of that. All right. You have the cave opening. And I just used the over-the-shoulder shot for the last panel that I did on previous page. So I want to do something else. Let's have him standing in front of it and pointing. And let's remember that Scimitar has a Lego head. All right, there he is. And he'll be saying something like, over here, this will be safe. This cave should be safe. I could do the head over here, but I think, I'm wondering how I'm going to do it. And Luminar is just tired anyway. She's just... So when he suggests the cave, she's all for it. Now I have a couple of options here. When you have a character like this, that, you know, you've obviously done it bigger because it's in the foreground, you can actually go pretty extreme. And like, you could go up to this, like here, like that's acceptable. I'm just gonna leave it right here, maybe a little bit bigger. And then maybe we'll change it up. And then we're gonna do 2 or 3 panels maybe. Where the question is, does he speak first or does she speak first? I mean, we can do it either way. If he speaks first, then she says that, and then maybe she has a follow-up speech here. Or she's just tired. She just says something like, set up my sleeping bag anywhere. Or whatever. I think she's too big here. There's Scimitar. think we made him too big. This is a common problem with me, is I start drawing and I go, oh, it's a bit too big. It's probably still too big. Make sure his shoulders are right. And the other thing I got to be cognizant of is I want to switch the sizes of the characters around. So this is this size. He's only a little bit smaller. I might have to go a lot smaller. You know, depending. I probably did that portal wrong size too. But he looks down and he goes, hey, is that a sword? Because if you remember the model sheet that I made for Centaur, it's important for him to eventually have this sword. He becomes like a real knight, right? I thought about maybe find just a length of iron, like an iron bar, and then he at some point forges it into a sword, maybe something like that. Maybe he does something like that. Maybe it starts out as like a pipe or something. He'll already be walking past him. Let's fix this door. Okay. He's be just a bit shorter than her. And then she's already turned a corner. And she's walking along. There'll be like a bunch of junk in the hallway. Oh, I think they can get even smaller. Something like that. We might see her from a much smaller, like maybe she sees the equipment or maybe she doesn't care. But what we're going to see over here is them talking. should do them in the reverse order. So she's on the left. I mean, she's on the right. She's on his left. And they're just talking. Ooh, I'm going really fast. Yes, this is bad art, but this is just a thumbnail. But on this last panel, which is not a panel, this is actually just a corner up ahead. We're going to see this other robot. And it's like a real war robot. Shoulder should be up. And he's getting ready to pounce on him. And this is a great tension builder because, whoops, where am I? You can see that they're in danger, but as the audience member, but they can't see it. The characters are completely unaware. So we see it. And this guy maybe has a gun. Or maybe he has something like a more medieval weapon, like an axe or something. I want to be clear that he has some robotic features, like claw arm or something, but maybe a regular hand. On the other side, maybe I could base him on Clawtron. Do you think anyone would get the joke there? Clawtron being my favorite, or one of my favorite action figures. And they're just continuing their conversation. So here's the sequence here. This place is good as any. Hey, look, there's a cave. And he'll be saying something on this panel where it looks like it was used as some kind of equipment storage or something. And she'll be saying, doesn't matter to me, just set up my bed and prepare dinner or whatever she's gonna say something to him, which is, out of touch, which as she does. And then he's gonna look through. He goes, some of these pipes are made out of duralloy. This is industrial grade materials. Maybe even military. He'll say something like that. And then she'll say, like, well, it's just a weather station. Well, the weather station hasn't been used for a long time. I don't know what it could be here. And he'll say something like, well, this place is abandoned completely anyways, so we're not in any danger. And that's when we see this guy over here, kind of hiding right around the corner. Oh, and by the way, let's make sure that we remember her wings and her tail, all that stuff. All right, I think we have a basic sequence. I got to go in and clean this up a lot. What I normally do is actually do the dialogue at this point so I know where it is, and in case I have to shrink down more panels so I can add more dialogue and figure all that stuff out. But I think I have a really good flow, and this particular panel kind of kicks off a great action sequence. So this will be, there's either 4 or 5 pages left, and this will be the first of them. And the action should ramp up from there, and we could even, yeah, it'll be good from there. We could do some resizing and things. We'll adjust. All right, please like, follow, and subscribe. There will be more as we go on. My comics don't look like that. My comics look more like this last page that I did. I'm not saying they're brilliant or anything like that, but they look pretty clean. They're clean. All right, talk to you later.